first or second build, focusing around Magical Mallet to fix his bricky hands.
Nice.
Uh, of
Starting off with summoning his one of Gazelle.
and
If there was a hand trap there, that probably would have hurt quite a bit.
the Falco, that's rather interesting. Falco's probably going to bounce the Gazelle back to his
Yeah, so you
hand.
can have it again for next turn. Summon it back.
And head judge just actually handing me
Both
the
players
deck list.
deckless.
So let me just try to go through here and find them.
And he actually did choose to resummon the Gazelle.
That's a strong play because that way he'll end up back on his with Gazelle in hand off, or he should end up with the Gazelle back in hand off the Sunlight Wolf. Um, all right, so here's Jimmy's list.
Much. It depends on if he has an extender or not. Because he's already used Falco's effect, Gazelle's effect. He needed an extender, which he doesn't have. I assumed he was just gonna sit on the Baylinks, remake Baylinks and pass with the 2 roars set. This way you have Gazelle to actually make a play for next turn.
All right, so I
And
got
Super
both
Power in
players.
hand.
Ooh, for turn he drew the Pot of Desires. Definitely looking at that Ignister
Yeah, I
Golem
was
as
gonna
his
say
super
he's playing
poly
that. Yep.
target. And let's look at Jimmy's extra deck list. So he's the Earth Golem at Ignister, Gravity Controller, a Nightmare Phoenix, 2 Medolce Fresh Sistards, 2 Medolce Putixes Chocolate Almond, 2 Queen
And he is gonna
Tiramisu.
roar the Desires.
Ooh, this could be bad or good for Jimmy. He is playing a lot of 2-ofs as far as trap base as a going first Medolce variant.
Yeah, I see a trap trick in his hand.
Trap Trick and the Reincarnation. He might just pass after this, although he does have the ability to get the Artifact Sanctum that he plays 2 of, unless he banished it off the Desires.
Now, what he doesn't know is that Shadow has another roar set. So hopefully he does use the Super Poly first.
Yep. And Shadow is playing only 2 roars. Opening both of them must be nice. Here he might just end up going for the Soundling Grin Link, the Link 3, the
Yeah, so you
Helio.
shuffle back row. Now I'm surprised, or maybe I missed it, but he didn't use the Sunlight Wolf's effect first to bounce back the one of the roars that's in his graveyard already.
And that could have been a good read, but he is attempting to bounce back the far card. Jimmy is checking his
His
banished
banish
targets.
pile.
Ooh,
I see one Sanctum at
one
least.
Sanctum, and he's only playing 2 of them, I believe. Yeah, he's only
Oh,
playing
so
2
he can't
Sanctums.
go for. Did he put it in the graveyard? Now Jimmy put the trap card in his graveyard, but Leo shuffles back to the deck.
Yeah, extra deck above the banish pile. And the Reincarnation Summon to get rid of the other back row. And he's choosing to go with the Reincarnation. Let's see if this prompts the
Yeah,
roar.
the roar.
It does prompt the roar.
And that was a second missed opportunity for Shadow to get back a roar when he relinked the Heat Leo.
The Helio. Um, Alright, so he is bringing the Foxy.
But missed what he pitched for the Foxy since his graveyard is way off camera. He has his graveyard sort of a fan style
I think that's more for him to be able
to
to view his
see.
full graveyard
Yes.
for combos.
Okay.
He
He he
must have
might
pitched the
pitch the
spinny.
spinny. Yeah.
I'm just trying to look up the Earth Golem at Ignister stats.
And he literally hit both that weren't the super poly, so that's still live.
And he's going to activate the Falco effect. Um, so Earth Golem at Ignister does have 2,300 attack, so he should be able to, especially right now,
What
as he...
happened to Spinny?
Ooh, he is making a Phoenix. Jimmy did miss his chance to... Oh, but he
Oh
does
no,
play the Mud Dragon as well.
no, he can still go into the Earth Golem. It's one Cybers monster plus one Link monster.
Ooh,
He Leo's the Cybers, and yep, he's looking at it.
I honestly was thinking about going into the Mud Dragon that I see in his deck list.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jimmy giving
Ghost
us a
Day.
big
What?
thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm Ghost Day. I'm thinking the same thing about some of what I'm seeing, but has the table moved yet? There's your answer. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. We just try to recenter it and make sure everything could have fit on it. Oh, and this should be full combo for Jimmy. Even though you're not supposed to be able to slide your Madolche card like that, Jimmy. Debating on what
Fresh Saltine
summoning.
says rip. I guess he knows it's getting ready to be game. Going into gravity controller.
Yep, there we go. The gravity controller giving him the plays. Ooh, the
He's like,
Phantasme.
sure.
Jimmy does not have any cards in hand. Shadow could have waited as well. I believe Gravity Control has a restriction on being used for link materials.
Yeah, it can't be used
Uh,
that turn. I believe it is.
Detach one, target a Madoche, and make it unaffected monster. The second effect is when a Madoche hits the graveyard, shuffle two cards in the graveyard.
yeah, it can be used as link materials to turn to summon. So
Yep.
Shadow could have technically gotten an extra draw because Jimmy does have to go into his combo.
And make another link.
Yeah, into the Madolche link. But this should still be OTK because of the Madolches don't actually target when they shuffle cards.
Yeah, that is correct.
I believe Madolche can put something on board somewhere near the 120,000 mark.
Targets a Madoche in the grave,
That's quite a bit of damage.
and then effect now because something got shuffled. But she specials from the deck. One Madoche.
Oh, and the
He
Ash
got the
Blossom
ash, so
from
it
Shadow
did
might have
pay off
stopped it.
for him to use the Phantasme sooner rather than later. So he taxed for 100. Gravity controllers 1,000. And how much is which one is that? Is that Sistart?
Oh, no, Sistart
Just
is
the
the
extra that
Link
one.
monster.
That
I
one's
believe
name
that's
is
Mageline. No, that's not Mageline.
oh,
Guys, I don't know my Cake Factory. Make fun of me.
Petting Cessor. That's not, I think it's Petting Cessor. Yeah, I'm not into all these sweets. Just trying to find out which one it is so we know what life points is. But Shadow is continuing his. Yeah, it's that one. And it's how much?
It is
14. So
14.
14, 24, 25. So that will put him. Shadow is now down to 5,500.
And Jimmy's reading something on gravity controller.
Yeah. Thank you, Ghost. We were able to find out which one it was, and
Getting a fox. Instead of oh, you're gonna try to hunt for it.
It's a gravity controller does have a slight advantage where it cannot be destroyed by monsters
in the main
in the main
monster
monster
zone.
zone.
Wow, and he gets the. We already know what he's taking there.
Whew.
As soon as he saw the world, Jimmy knew like, oh well.
This should be Shadow's game now, depending on what else he has in hand.
Yeah, because Jimmy is currently handless right now. Like the Gazelle effect. Yeah, this is definitely looking like it should be in Shadow's favor.
See, if Shadow doesn't, Shadow should probably end up foolishing either another extender, or if he wants to just go for the control board, you send the rage, or is it the rage or the roar that pops?
Rage is the one that pops,
Yeah,
non-targeting.
yeah. I would send the rage so I can just start popping Jimmy's boards and not let him go into the full combo. Because I believe Sisora only gets the special one she summoned.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely already has two roars in graveyard already. So if we send the rage, he can definitely set it up. But instead, it looks like he's opting to send the Jaguar.
Which he also did search Jaguar off
Yeah, it
the.
looked like he searched one before, unless he changed his mind and we didn't see. But it looked like he searched Jaguar off of the sign and mining earlier in the
Yeah.
turn.
He's doing the Falco to return, opening the spot for the Jaguar.
Shuffling back a.
Sunlight Wolf.
Yep.
Oh, don't tell me he plays Utopia double. Does he? Let's look at his deck list.
That would be just imagine. No, I just looked at the spell cards.
Okay, no Utopia double. But this is the
Update Jammer.
update jammer OTK either way.
But I believe Update Jammer OTK with transcode is only 2100. I mean 8100. Sorry, so it wouldn't be enough with it. Jimmy having monsters on board.
He is going to link 4. Ooh, Zeraboros, and he's being boosted by Jimmy's cards being banished off the desires.
I believe it's. Is it 100 for each card banished, or is it 200?
I think it's I think it's a 200, but not too sure.
It's 200 for each card banished.
Yeah, so he's
So
at least at 5,000. Into that's the chocolate alum mode, which I'm not too sure of its
I
life
can check it.
points.
Let's see. So
Or
Alamode is 2500. So that would be
2,500. He's at 5,000. So Jimmy should be taking a
25.
25, putting him also at the 55. Um, and he's going to be able to attack again into the Sistar with the 5,000 because it was link summoned with the update jammer. So Jimmy would take another
It was 14 we saw.
14. Yeah.
So it takes 30. Oh, so he's attacking. Wait.
No.
Oh,
Looks like
it was Jimmy's turn. Jimmy.
no. Jimmy summoned something or
He attacked. Yeah, Jimmy drew for turn and then attacked to bounce back. So Jimmy was at 55. Now let's see. Jimmy lost 34.
5 plus 400. He should be at 19 by my math.
Yes. So Jimmy should be at 1900. Shadow at 55.
Um,
And now he special summons the Scythe. And Scythe stops him special summon from the extra deck for the turn.
See, this is why I would have gone with more of the control option as well. Not
Yeah,
going for the full OTK.
yeah, he could have just went for the rage and the roar.
No, he is locked out of all those options, and Jimmy's deck is a pretty much one-card combo if he draws the right pudding, or the right Madolche
Yeah,
card.
so he dumps the rage now. Now,
Ooh, and a top of the anti-spell is not going to do it.
how much attack is Scythe? Isn't it 22?
22. So if he attacks into the...
I'm wondering why Shadow didn't bring back the Heat Leo and just run it over.
Looks like he is choosing to attack the Gazelle, but being protected by Balinks. And on standby phase, we are going to see the anti-spell. Shadow's just going for the...
Yeah, he could have brought that back last turn.
yeah.
I wasn't sure about, but he brings it back now, and now Jimmy's gonna scoop up. He recognizing it being game after he took so much damage the last time.
Jimmy's probably going to opt to go first, and let's just take a look at his side deck. Different Dimension Ground is definitely going to be a good card to side in versus the Salad. We also have Nibiru, which would be good going first or second. Just get rid of their whole board. Royal Decree not letting them being able to use their trap cards, or even the Red Reboot.
Yes.
Prohibition's another card you could side in. Just choose to tell him you have no Gazelle, even if you draw it. In Shadow side deck, we see a draw and lock, which might be effective. Mind Control might not be as effective. Dark Ruler No More is definitely something I would put in. Another different dimension ground, that might be a thing to side, and an evenly matched. So both duelists
players
have cards to
quite
combat each other. But let's see what they are willing to do.
And as Ghost Day was saying, Hoot Cake was really only Jimmy's only good top deck that he could have gotten to get him back into the game. But unfortunately, he didn't get there.
Looking at Jimmy's main spells that he does play, the one card that stands out for me is his only 3-of spell card,
Magical Mallet.
Magical
Because
Mallet.
he knows that that can brick, and even if it is a -1, you'll take whatever chance you can to get there.
Yeah, I was actually speaking to him about not this Thursday, but past Thursday's tournament that he ended up playing and winning a Lightning Storm in. He ended up doing Magical Mallet to shuffle in the one of Scythe to open one of the Sanctums. So Magical Mallet is possibly one of the better cards in his deck, in his opinion.
Yeah, like even though the general consensus is Magical Mallet's a bad card, a lot of bad cards can work depending on what strategy you're going for and your tendencies as a player. You know what works for you.
Oh, I see a Scythe and I see a Sanctum. But definitely a DD ground. That's Mageline. Or Mangeli, I should say.
Angeli, yes, that one's definitely Angeli. And he's adding the pudding cess to hand.
Yeah, that one's their Lone Fire Blossom, basically.
Yeah.
Uh,
Real special to Reddit, sir.
From here, I do believe Jimmy is going to have the full Madolche combo going into the what's her name?
How many entrants? We will have to find out. I believe Hyde can find out for you. I see him talking, but if not, I'll definitely be able to find out for you after this round. But it was quite a nice turnout.
I do believe we have around 30 players or so before the late entries. Ooh, and there goes the Nibiru. Jimmy choosing to activate the quick effect of the Teacher Glass Souffle to make his other Madolche unaffected, and coming prepped with his own Nibiru token.
Just
Sets both Sanctum, Scythe, and the different dimension ground.
Drawing the ciphers, unfortunate. And Jimmy with nothing but a ooh.
Ooh, Lady Debug here. But as soon as he sees the ad of the Gazelle, if he does add the Gazelle, I would shotgun the different dimension ground, make sure that he's unable to play for the rest of the turn. Different dimension ground, of course, making sure that there are no that there is no graveyard for monsters.
Yeah, I think he's waiting until the Gazelle comes down and activates effect to force him to waste one card. But I feel like it would be better to do it here so that he won't even have Balings in graveyard for protection. He's reading Spinny. I do believe Spinny is cost to discard it, and that's
Yeah,
what he was trying to read to see if he could beat Spinny.
yeah. So Spinny would still go to the graveyard. Jimmy is trying to confirm this, but Spinny is cost to go to the graveyard, so Spinny would still be in graveyard. Gazelle would still summon itself.
Yep,
Um,
it's definitely cost. So as soon as he activates it, he will get it. Judge Jimmy's gonna read the problem-solving card text and confirm what we are saying, that it is in fact cost. So it will go to graveyard. Yep.
all right, cool.
So he confirmed it is
So
cost.
Judge
And
Jimmy
so
does
it does-
confirm its cost. Spinny still goes to graveyard, and anything else that, monster-wise anyway, that would go to grave this turn will be banished instead.
So he's still gonna reveal the Gazelle, and he can still dump the trap regardless. The only problem is for him to try to get to Sunlight Wolf, he will have to banish his only Gazelle.
No, because I believe Gazelle is 1+ fire monsters.
Sunlight Wolf?
Yeah, or let's just look that up. 'Cause I could be
believe
totally wrong.
Sunlight Wolf is 2/5 because you can't make it with Lady Debug. I played that deck for a while. Two fire effect monsters, so he would have to use his Gazelle to make it.
Not necessarily, because he just reincarnation summoned the Balinks, not ending up with one in gray, but he can choose to bring back the Spinny
yeah,
and
that's
save the
good.
Gazelle for the turn.
This is true. So you're just choosing to attack. So he takes 100 there. So he takes only 100, and he takes 600. So he's at Jimmy goes down to 7,400 life points.
Shadow's choosing to set another card. His board looks rather strong. Jimmy does have his one-card combo in the Medolce card in hand, but he drew the reincarnation.
So, yeah, so just to recap last turn, Jimmy took 600, so he's down to 7,400 life points.
And this might be the Swift 2-0 for Shadow. Jimmy choosing to set the reincarnation. Honestly, such a bad
Top deck.
hand of drawing
The Sanctum and Scythe.
Sanctum and Scythe together. Then the top deck of the traps. Usually the bigger problem with running too many traps in main.
Nah, I know Ghost Day personally, and he does play Medolce, so I know he's sad to sit here and watch his deck get beat on. Looks like Shadow's going for a Link 2 underneath the Balinks.
Which probably is going to end up being the Sunlight Wolf.
Jimmy's looking like
that Spinny should be banished. I would honestly have linked off with the
Balinks.
With the Balinks instead, just so something could be summoned to the Sunlight Wolf's link pointer. Let's just take a good look at Shadow's list. He might be on the third Balinks and still be able to get the add back from the Sunlight Wolf this turn. And he is.
Now I thought he was gonna just try to go for update jammer and just try to swing in for game. Does he play transcode on Shadow's list?
Uh, One update, one transcode.
Yep. So you're just linking away to Heat Leo, I believe. Shuffle some things back.
Now for the second wolf, that's interesting.
Yeah, he has the field spell there.
Normal summon the Foxy, probably
And he's activating effect.
chain 1, chain 2, 2 being the Sunlight Wolf. I believe he added the Gazelle back.
Black Mist
And
Prime said he told Jimmy to cut all those traps. And Ghost Days agreeing that yes, it is way too many.
yeah, we see a total main deck of 15 traps in Jimmy's main with 43 total cards in main. Running 2 of the anti-spells, 2 sanctums, 2 evenlies, 2 infinites, 2 trap tricks, and 2 reincarnations, all those being the targets for the
3
trap
Solemn
trick,
Judgments.
and 3 big ones, solemn judgments. This probably should be Shadow's game unless Jimmy can draw something phenomenal from here.
Do any of these have anything special that these go
He's asking if any of Jimmy's cards do anything special in the graveyard. It's the same thing I do. If I'm trying to calculate if I'm going for game, hey, do any of your cards do anything on my turn? No? Alright.
He's going to DD Crow. Smart move.
Oh, so he was asking because he wants to know if there's a reason to use his crow or if he would much rather just draw the extra card.
They're straight up all the hits. And then that's
Okay, so I think here's where he's going to go for the Heat Leo and bounce back the remaining 2. Now the problem is going to be if he chose the Scythe instead of the Sanctum. And I forget where Jimmy set both, but that might have been the Scythe.
Not a problem, Ghost Day. I'll definitely let you know when the next round is up.
And oh no, he must have sent the
Yes, he sent the scythe,
Sanctum
the sanctum
first.
first, and left the scythe there. Just a rough bit of luck for Jimmy here.
It's going to be a total of 53 damage, I believe, leaving
Yeah, so
Jimmy at 21.
Yep, so Jimmy down to 2,100 life points.
And do we know what Shadow set card is?
I do not. Shadow keeps his hand pretty private.
Prohibition. And
Oh yeah,
Jimmy just
Jimmy
plays the
knows.
prohibition, calls something, and calls
just,
a game. Unfortunate for Jimmy on that one there.
Yeah, just quite a few bit of rough draws back to back. Open. It could have been a much different game if he didn't open the one scythe.
Yeah. Looks like all the other duels are going on in the background. We see Jelani standing up, so it must have been his match.
So thankfully we got him last round when he had a longer one.
Yep.
See a few players starting up, Kenneth standing up as well. So a lot of times some of these matches just fly by.
Yeah. I like joking and kind of saying that he's the free win, but
Yeah,
one round by every round. Love you, Kenneth.
He